Hey y'all, it's Mallory. I am live here today with Anthony. He owns Tactics2Toys, which is located in New Jersey. I say located. Anthony's in New Jersey, but he has an e-commerce store. And we had the honor and privilege of building him a new website that just launched a few weeks ago. But first and foremost, I just want Anthony to tell a little bit about himself and how Tactics2Toys got started.
Okay, well, Mallory, thank you for having me. I'm happy to do this for you. Tactics of Toys is kind of a simple start. In 2014, I was sitting in a room that I was living in, deployed to Africa with the Army. Backpedal a little bit. I am just retired now, 26 days from 32 years of the Army Reserves. I work for the Army as a civilian also. And I was sitting in my containerized living unit thinking, what am I going to do afterward? I'm at the top of the food chain. I'm not getting younger. And the 18, 19, 20-year-olds are getting harder and harder to keep up with. So sooner or later, I'm going to have to retire, or the Army's going to say, thank you for your service. Time to go.
Yeah.
So I had been selling before I deployed on eBay a little bit, goofing around, clearing stuff out of the shed in the house. And I kind of enjoyed hearing that cha-ching as something sold or if somebody bid on something. So there was a little bit of excitement. And then I started selling more and more and more. And then I started going to a store and buying things off a clearance rack, peeling the stickers off and selling it for full price. I didn't know how to name. It's called retail arbitrage, but who knew? So I'm sitting there and, it's 1,000 degrees out. So I'm sitting in trying to get what little air condition I can, thinking maybe this is something I can actually do for a job or at least a side hustle or something. So I started doing research and I found an entire community on YouTube, on Facebook, and a whole bunch of other different social media sites. Everybody doing the same thing. Some doing it well, some not doing it not so well. Some using it as a venue for, say, their content creation in order to bring in views to get the revenue from YouTube or the advertising bucks or affiliate marketing type scenarios. So I called my wife and told her about it, and she said, "What do I have to do?" I said, "Nothing." She said, "Okay." So
that's what she likes to hear, huh?
Yes, it was one of those things where she's a partner in the business. I do the bookkeeping, packing, picking, buying, and she lets me do it. That's her role.
Yes, that is definitely a good business partner.
Unfortunately, as you can see behind me, this is a section of the basement, and this is her. I think this gives her heartburn more so than I care to think. But so about 2 months prior to coming home, I had gotten a tax ID number, a name, and I got my first couple of vendors who were willing to sell to me, even though I didn't have a website or a business plan or anything, just an idea. So I came home and got to work. I reopened the eBay store just to start getting some money in. Took about $400, put it into a business bank account. Did my articles of incorporation for the LLC. Came up with the name Tactics2Toys and added it onto the permanent name, representing both a double entendre without the obscene thinking. So it represents a journey from the military to selling toys. And it also represents my journey or what I sell, which is strategy games and art toys, designer toys.
Yeah, I love that. That's so true. I like the name because of that.
And what I really want to do is I've taken things seriously so long, so often for 32 years. I had time to have a little fun with my day-to-day job. So one day when I hang up everything, I will just basically transition to this. That is my 5-year plan to be in this full-time, 7 years to be in a large or medium-sized warehouse, working my way towards distributor status, and then find those people who are trying to get started like I was and have someone say, we'll give you a shot.
Yeah, definitely. So I know you said that was 2014 whenever you
Yes.
had the
Yeah,
idea. When was
2014.
it that your first website was built?
2015, I went with a hosting service. I paid
Mhm.
some kid $400 to build a website for me, and not knowing anything, I went. I was on WordPress, WooCommerce.
Mhm.
I basically got a glorified theme
Yeah,
rather than that,
definitely.
and then it got turned over to me, and that was it. He was hands off after that, so I had to
Mhm.
figure out how to make it work.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
between Google search and YouTube uh, and and the WooCommerce question and answer site, I was able to get
Yeah.
it moving and keep it
Yeah.
afloat. It was cumbersome, it was clumsy, it was slow to load, but it was mine. And I was proud of it.
Yeah, and I would say considering what you had, you were doing a great job with that for sure. I know that you're very knowledgeable,
I
and
am
I'm
not.
sure, like you said, you learned so much or
Yes,
you
I am
figured
not
it
a
out, and that's
technical
awesome,
person.
and you learned a lot from Google and YouTube. What would we do without those, you know?
You have to
Um,
actually go to school.
yeah. So I don't wanna keep you for too long.
You're fine.
So my last question for you is, um, I'm gonna kind of ask 2 questions in one is,
Mhm.
1, the reason that you finally decided it was time to get a new website, and then just what you would say to someone considering working with us.
All right. So my website was slow, clumsy, and all that. And I loved it and I was proud of it, but the business is growing. And I think I outgrew that model I had now. I needed something faster, sleeker, more modern, and I needed it done by a professional. Uh,
Yeah.
I I made a contact at Ugly Mug Marketing. I think it was on a webinar, and
Yeah.
I pinged Dan and said, let's set up a meeting and talk." And he sold me on the idea, and I had a sticker shock at first. Then I looked around a little bit and realized it's not really sticker shock. I'm actually getting a pretty good deal because one of the things I liked about Ugly Mug is all coding, all writing, all work is not subcontracted out. It was all done in house. Nothing is sent overseas. Nothing is sent out to other agencies. So whoever was working on my site, I was going to be talking to directly or indirectly, and that's what made me go with it.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me today. I really appreciate it. And for anyone listening or watching this, go check out Anthony's brand new website, Tactics2Toys.com. I'll put it in the comments as well. But you definitely won't regret it. He has some really cool and unique stuff on there. So, yeah, thank you again, Anthony. I hope you have a great afternoon.
Mallory, you have a wonderful afternoon too, and I wish you luck
All right.
on your
Thank you.
contest.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.